Well, I think we are live right now. Well, welcome once again to my students. And today, this lesson is going to be 100% in English. If you are my student, one of my students, I recommend you to um, put on the subtitles so so that you can even follow me in an easier way. I'm using this slow English so that you can understand what I say, or you can always turn the translator is working fine. Well, a lot of last year, I had a lot of inquiries on, people, students, advanced students that wanted to learn English, and they were eager to to learn English with an American way, with an American accent, with a British or a European, whatever the accent is, because they wanted to interact with American people or with European or British people. And the thing is, okay, we could work on Oxford material or other ETS material for practicing the TOEFL test or whatever the base of the language was. But the thing is, they actually wanted to sound like an actual citizen. They wanted to become all of a sudden like regular citizens of a place that they don't belong, basically. And that's hard, because this is about identity. I had, India is a huge subcontinent, and I had students from India, from Pakistan. They want to sound like British, like Londoners. Um, it's fun because I don't know how to say them, do you really want to sound like this BBC presenters? Sounding like this posh accent, very perfect, and it's like play pretend. Basically, what about your identity? The name of this video is called "Identity English and Identity." Why? Because this is a cultural thing. It's I always say, my students know very well that I always insist that this is communication, guys. Communication. I am a foreign speaker, and also I am a proud foreign teacher. So, I am from Argentina. I live in Buenos Aires, and I love the history or the history of the languages. I'm very interested in that. This is my career. But what about the people who wanted to communicate? It's even easier for you, It's like you don't need to sound like you are an actual citizen. Let's Okay, imagine this. One day you get the chance to go to live to, I don't know, go to live to Australia, Sydney. And okay, uh, maybe 6 months later, you will have this accent, this Sydney Australian accent, because yeah, of course, you're living in Australia, and you will always be a foreigner. You're a foreign speaker. You can improve your accent, but my advice here is don't forget where you come from. I come from Argentina. We recently won the World Cup, and Messi, Maradona, and I love Argentinian things. I drink mate, and this is what I am. And I also try to improve every day my English. I teach English, but sometimes people want to become something that they're not. I want to sound British. Well, this is pretending, because if you imagine one day you going out on the street and communicating in the street in the real world, sorry, I got a phone call, in the real world, saying, "Oh, sir, please, can I have a coffee?" uh, it sounds like British, but it sounds more like posh, high class English. The rich, very rich people talk like that, and it's even unsafe to communicate like that. So I strongly recommend you to remember that even though you want so much to learn some kind of English, American English, whatever, there are many regional dialects. And the only way to learn those regional dialects or accents or whatever is to go and live there for a couple of months and even longer, you know, and you will speak English. Uh, it's not it's not wrong to speak with a Scottish or Welsh or Irish accent. It's not wrong, you know, because in your own country you must have regional dialects as well. So what's the problem? It's a common language. It's like in India they have like it's called lingua franca. Lingua franca is the one way to communicate all over the territory in India, and is Hindi, the first language, and second language is English. But they are proud of their identity and they communicate in their regional dialects. You know, don't you forget where you come from. Remember this. This is my tip for today, and I hope you like this lesson. Remember, this is learning culture, not only you know, verbs and grammar. Is learning history, and it's really really interesting. So this is my advice, especially if you are traveling to another country, you're a foreigner. Remember, you will always be a foreigner. If you go to live there, of course, it's gonna, you know, sometime after you will become local, and it's gonna be fine. But local with this accent, Yorkshire accent, Newcastle accent, I don't know, East Anglia, or even London, if you haven't, if you can afford it, if you have the money, London or California, East Coast, West Coast. The possibilities are endless. But remember this: don't you forget your identity. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Maybe I will have this very same lesson in Spanish. I don't know, because the last lesson I did it in the two versions, and it wasn't so successful. So I think activate the subtitles. Okay. And thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next lesson. To my students, see you in the next lesson. And I hope you like this video for your listening practice. Take care and see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.